just need to do a moment of silence. See, the problem isn't when, what, and where. The problem is fear. So the problem that people deal with is nothing to do with when, what, and where. The problem is people scared of when, what, and where. Right? You feel me? You feel you feel me? Because I'm the type to goddamn, I always glowed like this, right? You feel me? And ain't that just like normal basics to know if someone's glowing like this, you can't confront them about aggressive things because when, what, and where will be on site. You feel? So I don't know how. I guess in the void of glowing like this, people thought they could get in a corner and then whisper about the glow don't mean being about that. I don't know. I thought when Floyd moved like that, him being polite was still looked at as rude because he can beat people's asses. So I thought that's the same thing with when I glow like this. The reason why people think that it's attitude is because I got a prestige, notorious notary of being militant and leading disease, So I just thought being leader of disease, I can name myself any Z name. Yeah, that's not stupid. But yeah, so the problem isn't when, what, and where. The problem is people scared and thinking that they didn't discipline themselves and when, what, and where so much that they gonna act out now and act like when, what, and where wasn't an adaptable thing. So then when it gets proven that when, what, and where is an you see what I'm saying? Because why do people move their hands? You feel me? It's like antennas to when they can see the walls are listening, but So when it got proven that when, what, and where is an adaptable thing, then they started stinking up the atmosphere. They started.
I'll be up at 64 Baker for a quarantine order.
Where's this coming from, y'all? Whoa. So yeah, where's that? Where's all that stuff is coming from? Whoa. But like I said, what happened is once you confirm that you undefeated, people try to go in a corner and say, oh, if like Ronda Rousey, if she don't want to jeopardize her life, she'll get her ass whooped. But let me tell y'all the story about Ronda Rousey. Give me a second. Now, let me tell y'all something about Ronda Rousey. Now, okay. Now, there's a reason why she went to WWE. I'm gonna leave it at that. Alright, so now, Ronda Rousey, as I talk about being the leader of the Z's, okay? Her ancestral path of being a heir to Za instead of Az, her ancestor is known. You feel me? Many people that have an ancestral are hooked to that same Z now. You feel me? Which is funny that people call me Za. You feel me? Maine. They call me because we're in a generation where we're backwards of the ancestors' knowledge. So a big example of being backwards of the ancestors' knowledge is that the alphabetical was known as Z. Now it's known as a Z. So um, my name. People know me as the native alphabetical language and hair. So they know me as the native teaching hair. My name is native. My name is native taught hair. So we can go to the ancestral path of that name, and voila. But Ronda Rousey's ancestral path of being a Z, and she's not conscious of it, in the void of the truth. Her ancestor ancestral knowledge was security. With her being born, she had to ignite in the same lifestyle with aging. So what I'm talking about is the clout of, when people be like, oh, you look like your ancestor, I hate you. That's what I'm talking about. So Ronda Rousey's storyline is a whole story about people thinking some thinking that they're going to get behind now that's amazing. But every time Ronda Rousey's story is about Zeus having lightning, okay? So Ronda Rousey will look at Zeus and be like, I know all about lightning, baby. so so what happened in Ronda Rousey's story to learn about her ancestor that was in her shoes is people thought if they can, Ronda Rousey's heritage storyline is about people will smile in your face and stab you in the back. So Ronda Rousey's went into the octagon to represent her ancestor. So when Ronda Rousey's in the octagon, she's representing what she learned from her ancestor. Okay. Skirt, skirt. So it's a big
No, don't push me like that. No.
it's
No, I don't think anyone pushed me. I think I was just riding on the skateboard and didn't know how to turn, and then I went under the car. Oh, but I mean, you still would say no. I never wanted to go on any skateboard.
so Ronda Rousey's losses was because people don't know. No, people don't want to talk about dying and coming back. Because if you watch any other fight, Ronda Rousey went in the octagon as the ancestor, child of who every other person in the octagon is trying to act like. So that's common sense. She's about to beat these people's asses because her ancestor doesn't act like that, and that was her representation of knowing her and giving condolence to her ancestor for being in her shoes and telling her she don't have to. She did, but she didn't have to. So having her ancestor do it for her, and she didn't have to, and she still do it, shows you the no remorse that she has. So now let me explain what her ancestor did. Her ancestor was security. So like I said, it's the story of people will smile in your face and try to stab you in the back. So people will say the back streets ain't real to try to. So what happened was, when people sensed how pure Ronda Rousey was, they tried to envision how she would act, which is calling upon her. and having an ancestral lifestyle, they didn't know that her ancestor woke her up to talk to them. And she showed that she was nice and everything. And then the problem was she was beating their asses in the front streets and swirling it up because she don't play that way. So when they thought they got in the void of getting their ass whooped, you feel me? They got in the void of common law. And it was like a party getting thrown. They thought when she was moving in a way that she wasn't about to, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, for the ones that don't remember, her ancestor pulled up and they was like, you know, in Spider-Man, don't tell Harry, because, you know, they thought like they can hee hee ha ha laugh about it, like, yeah, I slapped you when you was blind. We can still be cool. But the problem is, they was ancestors from how much they learned from Ronda Rousey, because they had Ronda Rousey and her lineage. She didn't want to talk to people unless they know that her ancestor is her mom, and her mom woke her up to talk to them. Because she would have woke up at this time anyway. But her mom said, no, sleep. So when they tried to wake her up, her mom woke her up because she would have woke up anyway. And so then that's when Ronda Rousey went out and played. And was doing magnificent stuff, and then in the void of noticing that she's not on it no more, thinking maybe it's because she's blind. It was only really because her mom was walking around. Her ancestor was walking around. And, you know, so then when they noticed, when they was really like, we was really only respecting your mom. That was their get up to tell Ronda Rousey. And then after learning of this, the whole story about how Ronda Rousey would talk to them, knowing that's common sense, that she can see that, because that was one of the things she held them to, know that my mom gave me common sense to build on. They thought in the void of all the doors, back streets, they was going to get to slap her or whisper in her ear and make her build for them, and then abuse her, you feel me? But they ran into Ronda Rousey's mom, and they was scared. They ran into Ronda Rousey's ancestor, and they was scared. They was so fucking scared. But all they can get to, you feel me? You know when someone picks up a Glock and you scared because you trespassing? You feel me? If that was the definition of being beyond scared, there's not a word, there's not a definition, there's, you feel me, a word for. And all they could use No, knowing the mom didn't want to hear a goddamn the answer, didn't want to hear a goddamn thing from their mouth. Knowing it. Knowing was, look what you taught us. Oh, please don't be mad at them. Look at us. Look, it's us that's cool. Type shit. Off of the teaching of loving your kids like her ancestor loved. Her mom loved her. So you feel me? So what happened was, Ronda Rousey usually was a chaperone for people. Got people places faster than they needed to get there. And then when they thought she was multitasking with that humidity control too much, and everybody synchronized the night in the same family, thought, oh, well, we got all these and shit, like there was an army that can get away with it. The synchronization of being against, which the ancestor was waiting for, goddamn security, what Ronda Rousey was doing, and they all popped up thinking that was what's going to happen by having her collect so many things that she's doing. You know, actually pop them in the spot where she has to listen. I guess they thought they was gonna fuck her or some shit. So, but they ran into the mother where they knew the mother was wide awake. The ancestors, they knew, you feel me? They knew the ancestor do that shit. So they thought Ronda Rousey was just trying to, and gonna put too much on her shoes and put them in a place they didn't ask to be, and that's where they can take advantage of it, because it is like that obviously she must be, if we in a spot we didn't. So they saw the ancestor instead, because Ronda Rousey is scary now, and they saw the ancestor. And when they saw the goddamn ancestor, you feel me? Because I could be, you know, they was trying to figure out what kid to goddamn talk to the ancestor. But the thing is, they knew they was gonna goddamn get smited. So they was just trying to find what kid to leave off of, because like I said, smiting means dying and coming back to feel the pain of death. And they got smited so hard that they ceased to exist. But what they didn't know was the answer, that was Ronda Rousey's chopper that the ancestor was using. That was what Ronda Rousey was going to do to them. The second they did that to Ronda Rousey's child, which they would, Lord forbid, but guess what? They did it to the ancestor of the one that would have did it. And like I said, visualization of, you feel me, that energy, then of course this energy won't understand. They're the ones that got it done to them. So, you know, and you know, all the way to the octagon. That's the lineage story of Ronda Rousey as a Z. So it's a lot of stupidity for people because it's just like I don't know what stabbing someone in the back that doesn't have to keep you alive, and you got down. You found it. You doing the one thing that would make people not bring you back to life because you feel me. You being weak. You feel me? Might want to hurt someone, but being so weak that you won't hurt no one or not smart enough to. That's, you feel me, enough for someone to smite you out of, you feel me, out of the story I'm telling. And, have you walk around like, now look at your stupid ass, go live a regular life. But becoming powerful enough to goddamn mark someone, slap somebody, and rage war against them. Powerful enough to wage war, but lose the war in the end because you wasn't powerful enough. So you just finally got powerful enough to wage war, and then you goddamn do it. You feel me? That's gonna make someone not bring you back alive. Because, if you come back alive out of someone learning how to do it or some shit, the last thing you're going to remember is that you try to fight somebody. And they're going to be like, hey. And you're going to be like, huh? What happened? You died. And then you're going to try to sense that person. And then they're going to look at you like, for trying to sense that person for how far gone they is. And how many people they kill, and if they just said you died, and you then just try to sense who killed you, why, and shit like that, they're gonna be like, well, you was goddamn dumb as fuck. So yeah. So like I said, it's the problem isn't when, what, and where. The problem is people acting like when, what, and where isn't an adaptable thing. Isn't. The problem is, and the thing is, we're past the void of knowing when, what, and where isn't adaptable. So the problem is stinking up the atmosphere with not being disciplined and wanting to talk hate about someone that's about when, what, and where. So it's like this. If I close my eyes, all that's still running. All that when, what, and where is still running. When I open my eyes, we're going to have that cadence of when, what, and where when I open my eyes. So they're saying, make a movie about when, what, and where. So when we go act stupid, we remember the movie of when, what, and where. Go make a workshop of you of us sensing you with your eyes open of when, what, and where. So when we start talking about, oh, you ain't got money, we got when you came down. And see, that's too long ago though. That's too long ago. You feel me? When that much time spans, you have to come back down and prove the when, what, and where. No, I don't. That means God got my goddamn back. That's y'all clout chasing, right? Well, that's what that would mean. That mean if y'all know the when, what, and where is adaptable. I don't have to prove that I'm God, okay? Just say God does that. And they be like, well, yeah, we do say that. So that's the Ronda Rousey story. So you thinking God's about to let up on the when, what, and he never does. So why would I have to prove that I'm? Y'all see what I'm saying? They telling me. So the thing is, what I am saying is, I'm known for being about that life. From when, from what, and from where. Okay? As you get older, the way you do business with your when, what, and where either depreciates or advances. So people that advance with they when, what, and where, when people advance with they when, what, and where, people that act like the when, what, and where is not an adaptive thing start to depreciate your advancements of when, what, and where. Because it's not hard to know the when if you watch a military movie, or any movie, you watch any movie, the one thing people look for is where's the true story in the movie. You feel me? Okay, and then they go, or what does that have to do with reality, or what's the symbolism? So then now when they go down the street, they're gonna look for the wannabes in the movies and the hidden superheroes that really do act like that, and either can do it to that T, or a symbolism of what they really do. So I say that because that's the when, what, and where. Okay, so it, it's hard to goddamn watch a a killer movie and then come talk to me. I'm gonna keep it a thou wow, because that's my when, what, and where. Okay, you feel me? Big bank take little bank, fractions. You feel me? It's not that other killers aren't killers. It's just they fuck with me, okay? And they ain't gon' I'm just keeping 1,000, like, you feel me? Like, I'm roaring right now, saying, hey, I don't want to kill nobody that don't need to be killed. And my when, what, and where, like I said, you go watch Chucky or anything like that. You might see me at a distance. You gonna see that down that boy Flash. Damn, it looked like that man just took that nigga down with his imagination, and then you see the niggas kind of scared on, like, oh, he did. And that's what I'm talking about, the when, what, and where with adapt. They think it's not adapting, and they think it's not advancing. So having that as a when, what, and where, it advanced to the point that people will be scared at you and use the fear of adrenaline to talk shit. So they talking about kill me slower. And it's just like, with all these fired cops, why would I do that? That's not that smart. So when are you going to enjoy your life? When, what, and where? You feel me? And that's where the stereotypes come in. Because, another thing that I want to base off is, you can't look at my clout money and tell me that I'm trying to look cool. Okay? That's the last thing I'm going to do. I'm not going to be somebody that talks for fun. Okay? You can hear it in my bass. I'm so goddamn scary. I'm the only person with bass that people don't respect. You feel me? Everybody else, you feel me? It might be, you feel me? I'm just trying to, but it correlates, so people want to call it a joke too at the same time. But my bass might, you feel me? Now, when other people with bass, they're like, oh man, that, but with me, since people not trying to get on that side with me, then, it's a whole episode of, oh, bass? What bass? I didn't notice that. And that's the when, what, and where. Cause, you feel me? Y'all get what I'm saying? Do y'all get what I'm saying? It's like this. Everybody wants to be a street nigga. The problem is, a street nigga is a valedictorian. And not everybody wants to be a valedictorian. So that's the funny part about it. Everybody want to be a street nigga, but don't nobody want to be a valedictorian. So when you feel, like I said, with my clout money, my clout money is just simple. If I say that I don't like something, and you trying to act like my senses can't sense you from Alaska or wherever you at, then that's clout money. Because the problem is, I have clout money while I'm relaxed that I need to check. You feel me? I gotta check. I got a lot of checks I need to bank, but spoiled ass people, they're not gonna get that. They be like, where's your Federal Reserve notes? And I'm just like, oh, you're welcome. So, you feel me? That right there is a goddamn $1 zillion check. When the atmosphere do that and say all of that stupid shit and try to anticipate me talking about what it was, that goddamn is a $1 zillion check. That right there is goddamn. So it's not hard to know who you're talking to, okay? The problem is people playing dumb for having a conversation to someone proving who they was and being in denial because you was scared. And then you go watch a movie and the whole authority tell you, yeah, he watching right now. Like, you feel me? But y'all scared because y'all already knew he was watching. Y'all just, you feel me? You just ignore the goddamn uniforms that he can put on and shit like that. And just keep ignoring, and then just respect that he told you, if you approach me with this stupid shit again, I promise you, your fear is not gonna be enough to stop me. So, you know, they ready to fight after seeing the movie. And that's what that clout money is, you feel me? You feel me? How would y'all take down niggas with guns? That's how y'all would do it, okay? Okay? It should not be echoing in the atmosphere about how someone would take down niggas with guns, okay? You feel me? It shouldn't even be echoing in the atmosphere that people is waiting to watch certain people that move off of those instincts knowing that they would win. And they trying to act like they taking down the people with guns too. Or, and shit, you feel me? It should not act, you feel me? Because in the end, that's what the games Defend Your Castle is about. Like, you feel me? If you saying you don't have to worry about none of that shit, you're welcome, okay? I want to be able to say thank you. So, you know, I can't even say because you feel me. So, all I'm trying to say is your feet might be tied up because you never worked hard to carry weight like that. Your hands might, because you never was able to punch through no gravity fast. So a gravity weapon, damn sure is not gonna be easy. You might not, you feel me? You, okay? But what the conflict is, if you watch a movie and it tells you who the guy is, now you in the objective of the, and I guess y'all like, I don't want to follow Iron Man, I don't want to follow Spider-Man, and it's like, no, you feel me? Like, what the fuck? You have common sense, like. So then the next problem. Next problem is clout. Who wants clout money? You feel me? People that are weak as hell say they want clout money. And it's just like, nobody wants I owe you notes, okay? Because that's what Federal Reserve notes is. So, you know, to get away from clout money, Federal Reserve notes is there as a middleman to know they don't want problems. But clout money is the troubleshooting of understanding you don't want problems. Clout money is the simple math equation to somebody that someone tries to say isn't simple math. So, you know, it's like this. me having a conversation with somebody is clout money. Because if someone says, let me give you an example. Do you think you're mature? You feel me? Because usually when people talk to me, they don't talk directly only to me because, you know, I got a lot of clout money. You feel me? I got a lot of people giving me math problems and telling me it's not simple math. And I'm like, it is. And they're like, well, make it harder. And I'm like, nigga, if I go get some goddamn money, Federal Reserve notes in my goddamn hand, it's simple math. You feel me? Clout money. So, you know, clairvoyance, telepathy is real. Example of clout money. It smells bad in the back streets, okay? I don't need to elaborate. Now, that's clout money, okay? Now, the example I was about to give is someone talk to me and be like, do you think you're mature? And that is such a simple question. And a rhetorical question, but it's clout money. Because to have that much clout money, I have to have a lot of responsibility. So, you know, this is why I say I'm on Godfather status. But the whole thing is I'm not someone that's going to be posted long. I'm somebody that goddamn splurges the clout money. So someone wants to help me splurge my clout money or want to see me bank the check of maturity. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna have way more checks after I explain this, but you know, it's gonna be written different. So someone says, do you think you're mature? And I'll be like, yes, I do. You feel me? Someone that knows the second I say yes, I do, there's a whole bunch of clout money getting after I say that, they're gonna be like, huh, and shit like that. Somebody that wants to help me with my money counter is gonna be like, well, how do you think you're mature? And then I would be like, well, you feel me? Right there, that stumbled people because the people following me will not have my same explanation. And if they do have my same explanation, that means ta-da. So, and that's what clout money is about. So, and I'm the leader of the disease, so you know, that's what makes me the leader of the disease. So, they'll be like, so how do you think you're mature? And I will be like, because, well, when I was younger, I was conscious of what other people will have to go through because of me wanting to live my life, and I chose not to stereotypically live my life yet. And live the life that I would want to live after accomplishing the feat of the stereotypes of people saying I'm living my life. But with that being said, I still became infamously popular. And all I wanted and all I've been doing improving is I can get lost in the streets. And I've and proven that I will not get lost in the streets. Being conscious of that and not taking it small as a small thing. And not taking it as a small thing. In the void, like I was saying, in the void of people thinking they can play with me, I have small little hobby bruises. And someone be like, you hurt yourself for fun? I'm like, it's not that I hurt myself for fun. It's just, it's the story about kill one, save many. And I choose to make the word kill into a smaller artifact. What's smaller than killing yourself? Hurting yourself. And they fall in the same branch. So it's just like, instead of kill one, save many, it's hurt one, save many. So, and that's where clout comes in, and emotions and popularity, because I didn't shortened, and I could have did a shorter version of that, which is could be a depiction of clout money. So knowing that we can even make it smaller than hurt, and make hurt be as big as the word kill, I still go as far as hurt myself and save many, to let people know, if you die, you died for no reason. You died after you was saved. And that's why I feel like I'm mature. And then someone asks another question. How does that make you mature? And I'm like, well, if you look into the world and the clairvoyance and telepathy, every time that I hurt myself, you see, because let me show you. Every time that I hurt myself, it was during a big momentum shift that if I didn't, you feel me? If I didn't do something, like if I didn't talk a certain way, I wouldn't have caught the momentum shift. And we would have saw it on the news. but they can't blame an individual for having a free will. So I'm actually talking past maturity of a conversation. But instead of it being me talking to somebody or me maneuvering somebody and someone knows that someone's maneuvering a certain way that saves people, I'm hurting myself in a way that is a momentum shift that we can that has been flash pointed in the world. You feel me? You could check the satellite. You could sense the people that know the satellites and give their little news feed of the world, or the people in the FBI that give their news feed of the world. High surveillance. People that have senses like high surveillance and give their news feed of the world. That many things that I did out of maturity flashpointed the world to not be the description of millions dying and being the saying, kill many. I mean, kill one and hurt many. I mean, kill one and save many. And that's how I'm in my position of when, what, and where, and that people acting like it's not adaptive, because, like I said, certain people don't have to go through pain to say, you feel me? But then people will be trying to flashpoint what did they do to be able to go up on the ladder, and then when they think they found their kryptonite, their crutch, they try to flashpoint it to see until they think they hit something, and they're like, Eureka! I know how the Lakers won't win. I know how the Patriots won't win. You feel me? I know etc. See, the problem with mine is that's fighting words. Don't tell me to fucking hurt myself. You feel me? And that's so, you know, that's my chivalry code and my valedictorian ways, that me giving a speech will be in a school that's looked at as hard to get in, but respected the same way. And that's how I feel I'm mature, because it's just like I'm smart enough to calibrate what, when, and how to make sure at right spots to make sure that someone hurting themselves will be a big goddamn fluctuation glitch. Okay, so, and then, you know, someone still helping me about. So you're saying you listen to the world. You've been listening to the world, and that's how you haven't forgot how old you was as a kid and what you've been through as a kid. And you was doing these things as a kid, so people are saying what makes you mature if you didn't have to grow your maturity? And I'm like, precisely. But I still mature more. Because, in the end, like I said, I remember myself as a spirit. I remember myself in the beginning of time. I remember myself. So, um, the most harshest thing is kill one, save many. So, obviously I would have talked about that if there was mature people in the atmosphere. You feel me? I would have talked about that, what they want with that. And that it's one reason why people think they can be like, oh, well, hey, because like I said, looking at a movie and seeing a killer, and then going and then seeing how that person is trying to be a wannabe, or that, oh my God, that's, you feel me, Deadpool, or then that's why people ignore the aggression I come with, because they're saying for this to be slang, or what they really saying, the kill one save many, him being that aggressive is nothing. And I'm like, well, that's how weak people that trying to fight me are. If y'all was stronger, it can go toe to toe. You feel me? Or had the capacity in the future to go toe to toe. Y'all wouldn't be saying, well, I don't know how you would get that powerful. So yeah. Someone claiming to be my mother, and they don't think about being the pain of hurt one, save many. Which, you feel me, like I said, makes me a godfather. It don't make sense, because I started from the harshest, which is kill, which is cease to exist, was to never exist, was to whatever word can't fathom, save many. And now I'm here like Peter Pan. Whoa, that's, you feel me, next thing someone's gonna say, and you feel me, that atmosphere fluctuate, that I'm not lying, but people still trying to talk to me on like, well, you have to be happy he's alive and stuff like that. Well, that's a wild imagination. Yeah, for me to think that way, and to be at the point that it's now clout money and save many, then I don't know, what's clout money? Well, clout money is like you saying it's imagination. That's clout money, because you obviously saying, like, if he can prove it and he glows that way, it's real. But other people will put the pseudo facade behind it. And that's clout money, because then that's wishing death on me. And that's the objective of clout money. I owe you notes. I owe you a social studies. You feel me? I owe you an explanation. Flashpoint, clout money. I owe you notes, not flashpoint someone's life. I owe you an ass whooping. So yeah, I got these bruises. Tattoos, all at a certain time. All at a certain time. Started at that peak as how I vibrate. Okay? And got to the point of clout money. So like I said, hurt one, save many. And then once I get through the protocol, because I'm past that explanation of hurt. You feel me? Feel one, save many. You feel me? All the way to one, save many. You feel me? You feel me? And after the wave of saving many happens, now it's just people that want to die. And that's how I know I'm mature. For real. Damn. Yeah. Because I just got them explained the circle of life and where I fit in the circle of life. So spoiled ass people are going to be clout chasing because they know there's someone out there that's saving many. So the way to beat somebody that powerful is try to get them in an ultimatum to save many. But it's just like if you doing that around other people after the wave of saving many. So yeah. And that's what clout money is, you feel me? I used to, that whole spacious of clairvoyance that just went down. That's clout money. And I got a whole more, like I said, I explained maturity. I've been got through these checks of maturity. Bank now they endorsed and branded by another company that will tell the same story about maturity that the last brand did, but it's more respected and not in the code red for already elaborating that way, and people now thinking that it's time to go to that brand, and because it been just prestiged up from, and you feel me, and that's how High Story is, and that's how I'm in this predicament of deja vu, and that's how I'm known as a powerful entity, and that's what I have to deal with every day as a godfather and the leader of the Z's, knowing that everybody that knows their lineage as a Z respect me. And everybody that has a lineage of a Z, knows that. And I'm just dealing with people thinking that me goddamn saving many is goddamn easy for me. That because time repeated, high story repeated so many times. I only had to do all that stuff from the beginning of time. You feel me? So it's just like time repeat, and then people think, oh, I can. You feel me? It's just a goddamn trap for who knows from whom, and that's how we get people in the world and 10-4s speaking, all because people are thinking they can get the most mature person to be immature, and people will have to let it slide because he's the most powerful. And if they don't want to use that excuse, there's many other excuses they can use. He wasn't immature before, And that's why I can't goddamn go to the goddamn with clout money. Turn it down, or we get to the point of I didn't even have to do that, but clout money goes a far way. So that's clout money, you feel me? Save many. That's all that's around me. That's as I'm in my Godfather office, because it's just like sooner or later we're gonna get to the point that the ratio of people that are saved